I will tell you that there is no better way to end today's show than have the noisy Niger pediatrician in the house. Well, because of a topic that we're talking about today, this is the best time to talk about it. Dr. Ayodele Renner, he stands as a beacon in the realm of pediatric healthcare. He's a renowned consultant. He's been there, he's done that, and of course, a leading advocate for child health in Nigeria. Today, we're talking about preventing cough and catarrh.
Yes.
It is great to have you.
Yes, so good to be here. Like,
this is not only for kids, because this is also for adults, because this is affecting everybody. It's rainy season. It's been raining since 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yes.
Almost 3 hours of rain. But if you see anybody now sniffing and all of that, it's not unusual.
Not at all.
You know. But there are things that you can do. We're talking about prevention here. What are the basic? How do we start talking about cough and catarrh and all of that? Okay, no, nobody. I doesn't ask him to define cough and catarrh. We all know what that is all about. How do we start with preventing cough and catarrh?
Okay, so I guess the first thing to talk about, Mike, is the idea that the most common cause of cough and catarrh is the common cold, which is caused by a virus. And the virus is transmitted from one person to another, meaning that it's communicable. So I think we all remember during the COVID period when we talked about how you should cough into your elbow and not into your palms. People have started coughing into the open markets.
Everywhere.
Into the open market.
Factory settings.
We are going back to our old sinful ways. So, I think people have to go back to that. Coughing into their elbow, cough etiquette is really important, because when a person coughs or sneezes, the particles of the virus actually are, suspended in the droplets that they release. And if you were to come into that environment and inhale it, especially for really young children whose immune systems are still trying to find out what's going on in the world, then they acquire that infection. The strangest thing about it, Mike, is also that sometimes if a person coughs or sneezes in their hands and touches a door handle, and a child or another adult comes and touches that same door handle and rubs their eyes, they will get a cough.
I remember something happened at the inception, at the beginning phase of COVID. I was talking to my mom on the phone. I know she was a little bit, the anti, the theories that are going on.
Yes.
And I told her about the things that she needs to be done. And there was something she said which was quite remarkable. You say, but these are things I taught you as a kid now. Like, they are basic things that you should do. I see, when you mention this now, I remember that these are things that even after COVID, not for only COVID, but other viruses, that's the way they spread.
Yes.
If you put it into your elbow, there's a hard, how many people
what are you using to open your, the door? The thing I wanted to address is actually, so when it comes to the rainy season and then cold environments, so the cold environment does not cause an infection from cough and catarrh. For a person who begins to have cough and catarrh or catarrh or cough due to exposure to cold, that person is more likely to have allergies or asthma. Yes, so if you're a person that enters the cold environment and starts to cough or sneeze, my dear, go and get yourself checked for allergies, the family history of allergies, or possibly asthma, especially if the cough is worse in the late hours of the night or early hours of the morning. Yes. However, when people say that, if you're exposed to cold, if you lie down for ground, if you are exposed to AC, you'll catch pneumonia. It's not true.
Okay, now let me bring it personal. I know it's about kids, but this affects everybody. For me, it's sneezing, and I think it's allergies. So I normally dust is the number one.
So that's a really common cause.
Dust is number one. But then at times when I get into somewhere that's a bit cold and I just want to sneeze and all of that.
Yes.
In some ways.
Yes. So that's definitely some sort of your immune system is hypersensitive to the cold environment. And so what it tries to do is that it tries to protect you from the cold environment by making your blood vessels constrict a bit, by making your airways close up a little bit to prevent all that cold air from getting in. And the way in which your body responds to that constriction of your airways is by coughing to try to expand so that more air can get in. Some people have really bad wheezing when they actually exposed to cold. For the parents out there, unfortunately, children are entitled to at least 8 episodes of cough and catarrh in a year, because if they are going to school, Sunday school, in creche, exposed to area children, interaction. Children are practically licking each other's faces, trying to pick catarrh out of the nose of their neighbor. So they are constantly being exposed to these things. And so there is no time that is too early to begin to teach your children cough etiquette.
Now, prevention now, are there drugs, pills, vaccines, anything that we can do, to protect them before that, anything medically advisable?
I wish, whoever comes up with the cough, the cure to the common cold is going to be the richest man alive. But unfortunately, nobody has come up with this because the virus is really sneaky and clever and changes all the time. So I'd say that when it comes to preventing, there's no drug, unfortunately. So pumping yourself with vitamin C, when you have a cold, will not make the cold go away faster. If you need to take vitamin C, it has to be before the cold even
Long
comes.
before the cold, yeah.
You have to have had a good supply, meaning that you should be eating the right things. A lot of citrus fruits, green leafy vegetables, green and red bell peppers, they are great sources of vitamin C. Good sleep is very important. Make sure that you're also getting enough sunlight. Make sure that you are getting exercise.
Enough sunlight in this heat.
Yeah, not enough sunlight under the hot sun. No. Come out in the sunlight around between 10 a.m. is even too early, maybe 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then go back into your house.
Yeah.
If you don't have to be in it. Vitamin D from the sunlight actually is a great source. Yeah, it actually helps to improve the
something I want to really point out is the kind of foods that we can be eating, because that's where we are in an environment where, look, we are very, very starchy based.
Very starch based, I agree.
Yeah, you take rice in the morning, by in the afternoon, yam in the night, and you think that that's a balanced diet. I don't know about. But please, can you elaborate a bit more? What kind of foods can we focus on for that vitamin C, enrichment?
Yeah. So when it comes to eating, I agree, we're very starch based, and protein can be expensive. And so when you do see people put protein inside, the beef is barely the size of a stock cube, like a safety pin. Like.
I don't need to eat it last.
What's going on? And yes, I'll keep that safety pin until the last thing. So protein is very important when it comes to the immune system. And so what I say is that eat protein of high biological value, which is especially the animal sources of protein like eggs, beef, fish, seafood. If you are the 1% of the 1% in the Lagos, then, as I said, green leafy vegetables are a great source of vitamins. As a matter of fact, green leafy vegetables and red bell peppers are a better source of vitamin C than even oranges. And making sure that you incorporate vegetables into your children's and your own food is a great way of making sure that your immune system has all the resources it needs to function.
What are your thoughts on supplements? Vitamin C supplements, all that.
Okay. So supplements are great, and the thing about vitamin C supplements is that fortunately, if whatever excess you take, it can be excreted. So take your supplements, yes, but make sure that you take it after a discussion with your physician. So yes, I'm all for supplements, because quite frankly, I was actually carrying a bag of fruits, back home yesterday, and somebody on the road was not like, you go give me some for inside though. I mean, while it seemed like it was like a joke, but I kind of feel like fruits are really not that cheap per se, and people don't really eat fruits like that. I get that, it's not somebody that is not eating fruits, not who will go and buy supplements. But if you find out that you're not getting enough fruits for one reason or the other, then please get supplements, but discuss with your physician. But still try and eat fruits, because at the end of the day, really, you get the fiber from the fruits, you get other sorts of nutrients.
And your fruits, you're talking about what was in that bag yesterday?
Yeah, so I had watermelons.
Watermelon number one.
I had, even though technically cucumbers are fruits, but people call them vegetables. I had cucumbers.
Okay.
I had apples. I'm not rich, but I shall bought apples. I still buy apple this Lagos. So I bought apples, and I also had mangoes.
Mangoes, wonderful. I think that's a recipe out there. If he could buy that one, then you definitely should get that one. Now, there's that movement. There's some people I've seen online who say don't blend your fruits. It's better to eat them, maybe because of the fiber content or something and all of that. Do you have anything to say about that blending versus eating them as they are?
Yes. So when it comes to, first of all, juicing the fruits, while juices are not a bad idea, the problem with juices is that, as people they always demonstrate, if you were to actually squeeze 10 oranges, you can finish the juice of 10 oranges. But if you were to, and you'll be hungry again in an hour, but if you were to eat 10 oranges, you won't be able to stand up from where you are. So the whole fruits are more filling, that's one. And then two, by the time you blend and make it into a smoothie, you've released all the sugar. So you've broken down the cell wall, you've broken down a lot of the components of the fruits that is encasing the sugar. And the sugar is just free to roam around. Meaning that as soon as you take that, the spike in your blood glucose that you will get will be much more
Exactly,
steep.
that's what I've heard. And so you're releasing more sugar.
You're releasing more sugar. And so you'll get hungrier more quickly than if you actually had the fruits, the way your body gradually begins to digest the sugar, because it is still encased within the cells of the
this thing can cause a little bit of controversy, because people out there will tell you, smoothie is perfect. There's nothing better than a smoothie in the morning.
If they take a smoothie, but make sure that you take it sparingly and that you are doing more of the whole fruits than smoothie in the morning, smoothie in the afternoon, smoothie in the night.
It has become a balanced diet for some people.
It's one smoothie insurgents.
Doctor, it's always a pleasure talking to you.
Always
And of course,
great to be here.
Enlightening. We have something in the kitchen for you. Are you fasting? Is this something you can eat, or you just come and look at it?
I will pop in.
You pop in. All right, let's go there. Let's go there. We have some.